Using your ruler, you are going to line up the largest tick mark at the left with the end of the picture, and you're going to make a mark every inch on every side of the image. You should have a 4-inch by 6-inch image, which means you are making 3 marks at the top and the bottom, and 5 marks on the long sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to make one at the 6 anyway, just in case. And do this on all sides. Sometimes the top edges of your image might be very light and hard to see, so you may need to make that 6-inch mark at the top. Now you're going to connect all of your lines straight across on every side. Make sure you do this lightly, that way you can see through your line. You will be drawing the image later onto another piece of paper. So you want to make sure you can still see whatever information is underneath, but you can also see your grid line. When you're finished making your grid, you now have a 1-inch grid. You can move on to the final draft, and you're going to double it in size to a 2-inch grid. So because the paper is 9 inches, and if I double the original photo, it goes to 8 inches, which is 1 inch less, I'm going to subtract ½ an inch on either side, which I can do later with tape, so I have clean edges. So I'm going to bring my ruler down the page a little ways, line up the 0 with the edge of the paper again, line up my 9, I know it's 9 inches, make a little mark at the ½ an inch before each edge. And from here, line up my ruler with the marks that I made and lightly draw a line. This is going to show me where the edge of my work area is. And from this side, this is going to be a little bit easier because if I double 6 inches for the long side, that gets to 12. It is a 12-inch paper. So I'm going to mark, now I'm doubling, I started with a 1 inch. Okay, so on this side I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares that were 1 inch. They are now going to become 2 inch. So I will mark every 2 inches, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and I will do the same thing on this side of the paper. I'm going to mark, make sure my 0 is in the right spot, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Keep in mind you need to be drawing very lightly so that you can erase. Now I'm going to line up these marks and lightly draw a line across the page. Just because we're painting with acrylic, which is more opaque than watercolor, does not mean we draw dark. We need to be light-handed so that we can erase later. And some colors do still show through, or have the pencil show through. Okay, my last line. And now on my long side, I need to do the same thing inside of this 8-inch area. So to help me, I'm going to put the 0 at this mark, and my 8 should line up with this one. Now same thing, I'm going to go to 2, 4, 6, and come down here a little further down, line up my 0, mark at 2,
4, 6. And now, line up my ruler with those marks. Notice how I rotate the paper so I can pull a horizontal line a little bit easier. Since I'm right-handed, it just feels more natural to go left to right. I also have more control when I go left to right and pull my lines rather than top to bottom. Top to bottom, my lines are going to end up a little heavier, putting more pressure. So now that I have my grid, I can start my drawing.